All right, lots to get through tonight. Joining me now for the latest, the Daily Telegraph's national editor, James Morrow, of course, at Sky News host, and our Northern Australia correspondent, our Darwin Bureau Chief, Matt Cunningham. Gentlemen, welcome. I won't go through the litany of issues, James, that I started there in relation to border protection. More calamity today about those foreign detainees and a lack of clarity from the New South Wales Attorney General right through to the Minister there, Claire O'Neil. But the government's bleeding on this, isn't it?
Well, they've got a huge problem here, Peter. I mean, let's put this in the context of more recent political history here in this country. You know, Labor governments have so often come unstuck with their management of borders, with detainees, with refugees, with people exactly like the 93 people who have been released here with or without ankle monitors, and the other 300 or 340 people who could also be released from detention, because fundamentally, you know, they don't believe in borders. I just think that, you know, you have to look at the way they act. They think that on some level, borders are bad. National sovereignty is just something that's a bit icky. And if people are here, they're here, and you can't really do anything about it. And, you know, it is not in line with community expectations. It's not in line with reason to have these people who are, for whatever reason, not be able to be sent back to their country. And I think there's some real issues that Australia and other countries are going to have to look at very soon about, you know, the way we manage some of these international conventions. But beyond that, though, that they don't know what's going on with these people or who they are, and that they've tried to manage this more as a media issue rather than as law enforcement and sovereignty issue, I think is absolutely disgraceful, Peter.
I'll come back to that issue a little bit later on, but you made a point there about international conventions. I am aware there's talk in South Africa that they are going to withdraw from the Refugee Convention for some of the issues that you just raised there, James. But Matt, I have to say, we learned this afternoon from Penny Wong the talk of 860-odd Palestinians being granted visas to come to Australia. Now, of course, you want to hope they're security checked, but the two clowns, the department heads that do the checking of anyone coming to Australia, are the same two ministers, Giles and O'Neil. Can't even tell us if they've got ankle bracelets or not, or they don't know where the pedophiles are and where the murderers are. I mean, it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, does it?
Yeah, I don't think I can articulate how poorly they've handled this issue better than you did in your introduction. I mean, they really are all over the shop, and they have been for more than a week now, and it really is doing the government serious damage. I think they need to sit down, they need to do their homework, and they need to make sure they're across all of the detail of this issue, because that's what Australians are expecting at the moment. I do agree with James's point at some level. This is always a difficult issue for Labor, and the reason it's a difficult issue for them often is because internally they don't necessarily agree on a hardline approach. You know, we know that Andrew Giles, who's the Immigration Minister, you know, back in 2015, he was arguing at the Labor conference against boat turnbacks. You know, for the coalition, this is easy. They're all on the one page. They believe that we need to be hard on this issue, but Labor internally, we know, are quite often divided when it comes to border protection.